water down at the bottom. As I said, surrounding in a lot of high cliffs. A lot of people go for adventure diving there. From the top of the rocks, from the cliff, people dive into the lagoon as the lagoon fills with water. As I said, the water remains there only for a few seconds. So the diver has to time it well. When the diver starts the dive from the top, it is quite high, very high. The lagoon is almost empty. The diver can see the rocks that lie in the bottom of the lagoon. But the waves do bring in and fill the lagoon with water. So when the diver, as I said, when he or she begins the dive, there is no water there. But the waves do bring in a lot of water. And then after a few seconds, it gets empty. A leap of faith. A leap of good faith. That is what these divers, these adventure divers do. They trust in the nature, trust in God, trust in nature, that the waves will fill the lagoon with water by the time the diver hits the lagoon, hits the top of the lagoon. When I reflect on the life of Father Benjamin Tigga, it has been a leap of good faith. Particularly last 3 years has been very difficult and very challenging for Father Benji. And yet, he remained very cheerful, very positive. I have known Father Benji from the day I walked into the Society of Jesus as a candidate. He was our regent in 1979. Ever since, we have remained somewhat good friends. But I have really come to know Father Benji only in the last 2 years. Once I took the leadership of this province. He was already bedridden. He was in Kalidanga. And frequently I visited him there. I was amazed at the cheerfulness that he retained despite obvious physical suffering he was enduring. I believe his life personifies what we hear heard in the word of God today, was the first reading and the last Gospels. In the first reading, the letter to the Romans, we heard St. Paul beautifully expressed a sentiment which our bishop also quoted at the beginning. We live or die, we live for the Lord. If we die for the Lord. If we live for the Lord. Whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. Whether I am able to move around, whether I am able to be active, or I am bedridden, helpless, not able to do anything, I belong to the Lord. It is this realization that I believe is what gave Father Benji the strength to carry the cross he was called to carry the past 3 years. In the gospel we heard the Lord telling, "Come to me, all you who work hard and carry heavy burdens, and I will refresh you. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." Indeed, our Benji learn from his Lord. Learn from his Lord who carried a cross. And he took that yoke upon himself, that cross upon himself. Even in the last few days of his life, when he was in the nursing home, he was in obvious pain. And yet, he remained cheerful. In today's gospel, we heard Jesus, first of all, thanking his Father for revealing these things to little children, hiding it from the wise and the learned, but revealing them to little children. You have hidden these things from the wise and the learned and revealed them to the little ones. Chapter 11 of Matthew's Gospel, this passage comes after chapter 10, where he had sent the disciples 2 by 2. And they had combined, having experienced the power of God flowing through them. They were filled with joy. And it is after this, Jesus, in this context, that he is making this thanksgiving prayer to his Father, having revealed these things to the little ones. When I reflect on Father Benji's life, that is something that I feel his life signifying. Doing little things joyfully. He did not hold very high positions. He was either a pastor or a co-pastor. For small periods of his life, the headmasters of various schools, but mostly otherwise teaching in the schools or teaching the pre-novices. For 2 years he went up to Mauritius to be a pastor to the Indian Christian community in the Mauritius. Not an outstanding life of a Jesuit in terms of great achievements, but a man who enjoyed simple things of life. As already we heard in the introduction, a man who always remained cheerful, a man who excelled at football, a good football player, and he loved playing football, even late in his life. As a senior citizen also, he would, if he can join the hostel boys for football. He taught me as a candidate the rudiments of football. That was the bond between me and Benji, always talking about the football that we played together when he was a regent and I was a candidate. Coaching hockey wherever he could, was a good hockey player too. Or looking up the farm, agricultural fields. Simple things of life. But he lived his life, he carried out his mission joyfully. So the prayer of the Lord, for having revealed these things to the little ones, I think really applies to the life of Father Benji. And that is what he teaches us. In doing simple things faithfully, you can be a good Jesuit, a faithful Jesuit. You can be a good priest. The second aspect I learned from Father Benji's life is from the example of Jesus. thanking God for the day-to-day events of their life, in his life. The disciples were able to experience the power of God flowing through them. And Jesus prays out of that, makes a prayer out of that. The simple ordinary events of life becomes the content of his prayer. And I felt, especially in the later years of Father Benji's life, the suffering, the pain, and perhaps sometimes even the loneliness that he experienced, he turned that into prayer. Several times I asked him, since he was lying on bed, bedridden, having to stare at the ceiling, shall I get for you a TV in the room, television, that you can watch some programs and relax? He told me, no, I don't need, I don't want. I will spend time praying and reflecting. That's what he told me. I spend time praying and reflecting. And went for occasional visitations of talking to them. He enjoyed talking till the last moments of his life. He had turned his life, as I said, towards the end of his life, the life of suffering, into his prayer. And I used to wonder, where does this man get this deep spiritual strength? It would have been perfectly understandable if he had broken down, he had become bitter, he had become angry, and burst out, blurt out all the bitterness, especially when the provincial visits. But he never had any complaints. He was always happy, cheerful. Whenever wanted to make some additional facility, he said, I don't need those. Happy with what I am and what I have. And I believe that deep faith, that ability to trust and surrender in his Lord came from his family. As already indicated, a family of 9 sons. Out of that, 6 of them were priests. 4 of them are here now sitting with us, bidding goodbye to the 5th one. One has already gone ahead to the Lord. 4 of them in the Society of Jesus. 2 joined the diocese. We have Father Melky around Bukhara District. We have Father Boniface, former regional superior of Nepal region, belonging to Nepal region of the Society of Jesus. We have Father Tigga, who belongs to Madhya Pradesh province of the Society of Jesus. We have Father Isidore, Isaac, a diocesan priest. 6 sons becoming priests. Think of those parents, the faith that they inculcated. A father, a catechist, and a teacher encouraged them to grow in faith, which led each one of them to aspire to become priests. And so, this deep faith and surrender and trust in the Lord that Father Benji practiced came from such solid roots of faith. Today, as we bid goodbye to Benji, we thank the Lord for the life that he was able to live, for the inspiration that he has provided to us, especially in the later stages of his life, and for the trust and surrender that he showed towards his Master and Lord, and the family which gave such a large number of priests, a family that inculcated deep faith in their children. We thank the Lord for the gift of all these. We carefully, thoroughly will adhere to Benji, but we know he is enjoying eternal bliss with his Master and Lord. So it's a day when we leave his party. We also celebrate his joining the heavenly community. We thank the Lord for the life that he was able to live